December 25th is not Christ's birthday. He was not born then.
Teach, man.
A fat, do you even got a chimney? How a fat white man coming down your chimney to give your kids gifts? Y'all don't see the nonsense? What does that have to do with Christ? Hey, how you doing, Frederick? What's going on with you, bro? Hey, Frederick, I got a question, man. You live around this area?
Nah.
Okay. Have you ever heard of the Saving Center that's down the street?
Nah.
Why would you think somebody needs to put a Saving Center in the community?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. So, our communities, are they good communities or are they bad? And conditions, the conditions of our community.
It's bad.
It's bad. Why you say that, Frederick?
You know, I know a little bit about what you guys teach.
No. I understand that. That's fine. That's fine. But I want to see where, you know, because I asked you a question. It's a serious question. Our communities, I asked you about our communities, and you said they bad. So us as men, give me some, hold that. Give me Psalms chapter 94, verse 16. Us as men, we need to be able to fix our communities. But if we can't even talk about it, how can you fix it? If you don't even acknowledge the problems, how can we fix it, right? So my question to you, Frederick, is you said the communities are in bad conditions.
Yeah.
How do we fix it?
Come back to God.
Absolutely. All right. Do we come back to what God?
The God of Israel.
The God of Israel. Absolutely right. The God of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Because Caesar Borgia, that white Christ right there, has taught us nothing but hating, for us to hate one another. Okay? Taught us homosexuality. Taught us Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween.
Right.
Taught our women to put on pants.
Right.
Taught our men to tote guns and tote drugs and hate one another.
Right.
That's why our communities look the way that they look. Go ahead and read that.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoer?
Young man right here with the jacket. You willing to fix your communities?
Yes, sir.
You say, yes, sir. The Bible says, who will rise up for God to change their communities? Why do you think your communities need fixing?
Because of the drug problem.
Because of what?
Drug problem.
Say it again. Come here, brother. I need this young. You hear this young man? This young man. I don't know this young man, but what I've been talking on. I said, what do we need to do to fix our communities? What's the problem? The young man right here said we got a heavy drug problem.
Yes, that's right.
But then you got older men that's out here pushing to these young men. What you think that's going to do to our communities? It's going to continue to destroy them. So young man, hold on, young man. What you got to do to fix it?
Take it away.
How do you do that? Take it away. Absolutely. How do you do that?
Go to rehab. You know what I'm saying? Right quick. Use the proper drugs.
Go to rehab. Watch this. I'm going to help you out. Give me Psalms chapter 107 and verse 20, and then give me Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. What we need to do, like you said, Frederick, you said we need to come back to God. Our people are not about God these days. They might think they are, but they're not. They don't have God in their heart at all. They're not thinking about God when they out here prostituting their women. The women not thinking about God when they on OnlyFans prostituting themselves. They're not thinking about God when they selling drugs in the communities.
Right.
They're not thinking about God when they murdering their own young brothers.
That's right.
They're not thinking about God when they initiate to that gang.
Right.
They're not thinking about God then. So you say go to rehab. Watch this. Go ahead.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 107, verse 20. He sent his word and healed them.
He said what? He did what?
He sent his word and healed them.
So this right here, what's your name? Nasir. This right here is rehab. The Bible is rehab. He said he sent his word. He sent the prophets to come out here on Betty Ford. Right. Okay, because we see prostitution. We see the drug dealing. We see the murdering. Right. Okay, so God sent his word to do what?
He sent his word and healed them.
He sent his word and his word healed them. How do we just read the words and then all of a sudden we're magically healed?
Right.
No, it doesn't work like that. Nothing works like that. But when you read the word, you start to apply it. You first start to apply it on yourself, Nasir.
That's
you
right.
first start to apply it on yourself, Frederick. Okay? And then that glow or that light that starts to illuminate from you, your people will see it and they will start to change. If Frederick can change, if Nasir can change, if I can change, guess what? Our communities can be changed. But it starts with us first.
That's right.
You understand that?
Right.
Watch this. I like that answer. Go to rehab. Go back to God. They one and the same. They are one and the same. Go ahead.
And delivered them from their destruction.
And God will, the word of God will heal us and deliver us from our destruction. Because drug dealing is destruction to our community.
Right.
Murder is destruction. You don't even know who you murdering. You might be murdering, because y'all remember it. Paul's name was once Saul. But guess what? And what was he doing? He was persecuting the Israelites, right? Paul was persecuting the Israelites. But what did he eventually do? He changed. He repented.
That's right.
It's the same thing with us. Okay? But if you out here murdering your own people, you don't know who you murdering. You might be murdering one of the prophets that's going to come out here and change the community. That's why we don't even know. That's why when you believe in this guy right here, you don't see yourself. That's why when we look at each other, all we see is thoughts. We see animals. We call each other niggas. We don't call each other kings. We don't call each other gods. So that's what we need to do. Go ahead and read that Romans.
There's a book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice.
So this is the rehab that we need to make our minds a living sacrifice. Because we've been taught by the OGs, hey, pop that sister, have sex with that sister, have sex with that sister. You know what I mean? Get as many as women as you can have.
Right.
Okay? But then, do they tell you about when pregnancy comes? You got to take care of these kids now?
Right.
Okay? And if you're not unwilling to take care of the kids, it leaves the women to do what? What do y'all think it leaves the women to do?
Take care of themselves.
Take care of themselves without a father in the household. Okay? Sometimes they have to resort to prostituting themselves on OnlyFans or walking out here on the street corners. Okay? Because they don't have that male support.
Right.
Okay? Then the little kids, the sons grow up effeminate. They learn the traits of their mother instead of their father. Okay, the little girls, you got the mothers you gotta look at the cycle. The mothers that didn't have a father in the household, they grew up, they twerking on TikTok.
Right.
And now they got little girls, and what are they doing on TikTok? Twerking right next to their little girls. So it perpetuates the same thing. We need change out here in our communities. Well, that's why we're saying, who will rise up for God? That's why we out here on Betty's Ford. Go ahead, verse 2. Yes, sir. Hold on, Isaiah, Frederick, where y'all going? We need to change. You ain't got no questions. What's your nationality? You black. That's the color of your jacket. That's what I'm saying. And first you need to, before you go, let the Bible just show you who you are real quick. All right, give me a couple minutes of your time. We're going to come back to this. I just want to show Nasir who he is. I know you know, but don't leave us, because we still need men like you to help change our community. Sis, what's your nationality? What's your nationality, sis? Christian. Christian is a religion. Christian is not a nationality. So when you go fill out a job application, what would you put? Give me Deuteronomy 28. Would you say that you're black, African American, Negro? Okay, African American. Start with black. Black is just a color. Okay, you can't go to the land of black. It does not exist.
Right.
African American. Leo Scipios Africanus and Americo Vespucci is two white men.
Right.
We do not come from two white men.
Right.
So right there, it shows you that we do not truly know who we are. We are a lost people. And who did Christ say he came for? The lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Right.
So you got to understand, the black Messiah, the Christ of the Bible came for us to save us from all that hate us.
That's right.
But Nasir, we got to know who we are first. Go ahead, give me Deuteronomy 28:15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So this is Moses. Moses was a black man. Moses lived in the house with Pharaoh, right? What did Pharaoh look like? What color was Pharaoh? Huh? No. What color was Pharaoh?
Brown like us.
Pharaoh was black. The ancient Egyptians were black. Okay? So if Moses lived among Pharaoh and he tricked Pharaoh, well, he didn't do it, but Pharaoh was tricked to believe that Moses was an Egyptian. What did Moses have to look like if Pharaoh was black? That means Moses had to look like what? Because Pharaoh thought Moses was family. Pharaoh thought Moses was king. So if Pharaoh was black and he thought that Moses was king, how did Moses have to look? Black, right? Exactly. So this is a black man speaking to the black nation. Okay, I'm just using the word black so y'all can resonate what I'm talking about. But really, this is a Levite. This is a Levite, the so-called Haitians, speaking to the nation of Israel, which is so-called American blacks, which is so-called West Indians, which is so-called Puerto Ricans and Cubans and Dominicans and Guatemalans and Native American Indians, okay, and Mexicans. Those are all slave names that was put on us when we were colonized and put in slavery and enslaved. Go ahead. So this is Moses, a black man, speaking to a black nation. You understand that? Watch this. Go ahead.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments.
So the black nation that Moses was speaking to did not listen to God's commandments. They wanted to follow Christmas. You celebrate Christmas? You celebrate birthdays? These are all customs of the nations that had us in slavery. You can't find Christmas in the Bible. December 25th is not Christ's birthday. He was not born then. Do you even got a chimney? How a fat white man coming down your chimney to give your kids gifts? Y'all don't see the nonsense? What does that have to do with Christ? Thanksgiving. You celebrate Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving is the murder and the genocide of the so-called Native American Indians. So why would you celebrate? This is a nation that you belong to. This is a nation that the Native American Indians belong to. So why would you celebrate the destruction of your own people? It's because we don't know who we truly are. We are the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
That's right.
Go ahead, read.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So Moses was told by God to tell the children of Israel, if they do not listen, hearken means to listen, if they do not listen to his law, statutes, and commandments, all these curses will get put upon us. And what are these curses for? We're getting to the point right now. What are these curses for? Give me verse 46.
Verse 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
The curses of the Bible are for us, for a sign and for a wonder. How do I know that's the fast mark right there? The store behind us. How do I know? Because of the sign, right? So the sign does what? It identifies something. So the curses work the same way. They identify who you truly are. Because we can't be black. We can't be African American. These are all slave names. So who are we? So let's get some of these curses to identify who we truly are. Because the curses work as what? An identifying marker. Give me verse 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city.
You live here, Nasir? You live here in the community? Down the street, they got a Buddy Ray Moore saving center. You seen that? Why do we need a saving center on Betty's Ford and Catherine Simmons? To save some of these people. This young man's answers is great. To save some of these people. Why do they need saving, Nasir?
God before.
Huh?
Maybe they never looked at the word of God before.
That's one, but let's what are some of the things that they need to be saved from? You already mentioned one, drug dealing. What else?
Trauma, violence.
Trauma, violence.
Right.
Trauma from what? The violence that we and it's going to go into the curses as well. The violence that we have been given since we came over here on these slave ships.
Right.
The yokes of iron, the whippings on the back,
Right.
the murders, the hangings after slavery with Jim Crow laws, the trauma of Emmett Till,
Teach.
the trauma of Freddie Gray,
Bring it out.
the trauma of Mike Brown,
Right.
the trauma of Tavon, what's his name? Trayvon Martin,
Right.
the trauma of Tamir Rice,
That's right.
the trauma of Rasheem Carter,
Right.
the trauma of Breonna Taylor, the trauma of Breonna Taylor. Now these, what I mentioned, is what all the other nations did to us. But what about the trauma that Tyrone did to Ray? What about the trauma that this brother did to that brother when he murdered his own brother?
Right, John.
What about the trauma that because when you murder somebody, they got a family, right?
That's right.
When you sell drugs to someone, they have a family, right?
That's right.
So when you sell drugs to someone, you potentially got the chance to murder them, to kill them from doing those drugs. They might have children that depended on them. They might have a wife that depended on them. So when those family members are extinguished or unalived, now that brings trauma. So Nasir, you're absolutely right. We have a Buddy Ray Moore Saving Center down the street because they need to be saved from their trauma, from the drug dealing, from the murdering, from the prostitution.
Right.
So it goes back to the curses. Read verse 16 again.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Betty Ford is a corner or a street that is in Charlotte, which is a city.
Right.
Cursed should the Israelites be in the city.
Right. Right.
When you suffer from trauma because of drug dealing, when you suffer from trauma because of murder, that is cursed in the city.
Right.
Wouldn't you agree with that, Nasir? So who is they speaking to again in the Bible? Who's us? The people, but what people is Moses talking to? Blacks, but what's their nationality? Huh? What's their nationality that God calls them? Judah, Israel. So Moses is speaking to the Israelites. That's the thing that I'm trying to get you to show, to recognize, Nasir, that you are not a black, you are not an African American, you are not a Mexican or a Puerto Rican, you are not Guatemalan or Dominican. You are the Israelites from one of these 12 tribes.
That's right.
That's what I'm trying to show you. And that's why the curses, because we have forgotten who we are due to trauma, due to the whippings and the yokes of iron on our neck until we've been destroyed. Due to that, we have completely negated or ceased from our heritage that God gave us. You understand? Read that part again.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
So Nasir, would you agree that we are cursed in the city? Okay. Would you agree, Frederick? Would you agree, sis? That y'all all agree that we cursed in the city. We need men to fix it. Okay? Read on.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
And cursed should you be in the field. Hold this up for me, officer. Cursed should you be in the field. Okay? Picking sugarcane, picking tobacco. You familiar with this history? Okay? So cursed should you be in the field when your people are sold on auction blocks. Give me verse 32. Hold it up.
Verse 32.
Uh-huh.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Read it one more time.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Y'all see this? What's going on here, right here, Isaiah?
They selling slaves.
They selling slaves. Would you agree with that, Frederick?
Yes.
The Bible just confirmed that. Read that part again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So the Israelites, for their disobedience to God's laws, God punished us and said, because you Israelites are stiff-necked and disrespectful people, okay, I'm going to send these other nations that you're going to have to serve in the field. And your sons and your daughters will be auctioned off Nigga sold to Master Charles in Charlotte, North Carolina. In West Virginia.
That's right.
On the East Coast of America, we will be sold. In South America, we will be sold. On the island of Hispaniola, we will be sold.
Right.
Okay? Cursed should you be in the field. Go ahead, read that part again. No, you're right.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
So it says, cursed should read it one more time, I'm sorry.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So we agreed that our sons and daughters were given to another people, right? We agreed that our family was cursed, right? I mean, cursed in the city, right? So, again, we speak it to the Israelites. Give me verse 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So because of our disobedience to God, therefore shall we serve our enemies. Who owns this fast mark right here? Y'all, anybody know the nationality of the people here? I'm pretty sure it's not our people. Hey, you said what? So-called Africans. Hamites. Okay? Not our people. So you're going to have to serve their enemies because you don't want to observe God's laws. How are we going to serve them?
Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall set against thee, in hunger,
So in hunger, we're going to serve our enemies. Read on.
and in thirst,
In thirst.
and in nakedness,
In clothing. Read on.
and in want of all things.
So in the want of all things, Nasir, we're going to have to serve our enemies. If you want a birth certificate, a death certificate, education, religion, okay, it doesn't matter. Anything that you want, a license, a passport, you're going to have to serve your enemies. But really, the world was made for our sakes. We're supposed to be the ones that's on top. Give me verse 4. What's that? Verse 43.
Verse 43, the stranger that is within thee
The
shall,
other nations that's among us should do what?
the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
So the other nations, the so-called white people, the so-called Arab people, the so-called Chinese, they can come here and they can get grants and loans right away. But meanwhile, you blacks and Hispanics build up this kingdom,
Right.
and they don't give you nothing.
Right.
The so-called Jewish men get reparations
That's right.
for the Holocaust. What do you get for your Holocaust? Absolutely nothing. They not giving you niggas a dollar.
That's right.
Why? Because they hate your guts.
That's right.
Because you are God's chosen people. That's why they put drugs in our communities.
Right.
They put the guns in our communities.
That's right.
Where these young men getting Draco guns from? Where they getting AKs from? Did you make the AK, Nazir? Where they getting it from? Draco guns with the extendo clip.
That's right.
Where they getting these things from? And then when you cop those weapons, who you murdering? You murdering, huh? Your own.
Right. Right.
You get these guns and then you go out and you murder your own people.
Right.
You ain't going to, I'm not advocating that we pick up guns and go against other nations. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is our people are so destroyed that you will pick up a gun and you will go rob that same person, that same people that has absolutely nothing, just like you. The poor robbing the poor. What sense does that make? I'm gonna take from you that have nothing, cause I ain't got nothing.
Teach.
So I'm taking nothing from nothing.
That's right.
I'm selling drugs to our people so I can accumulate money, and the people that I'm selling drugs to, they have nothing. What sense that? Is that uplifting? Is that how we fix our communities? No, but that is how you destroy your community.
Right.
What's that? Go ahead, read it. I don't know what you got. Go ahead, pull it.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
So just like I was saying, we don't need to pick up guns and go against other nations. All we need to do is change our mindset.
That's right.
For an example, the people over here, they might be thinking they're uplifting the people, but they don't know. Remember, Nasir, we went into God, let us go into captivity because we disobeyed his laws.
Right.
One of his laws, give me Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. What is today, y'all? Today is the Sabbath. Did you know that? Did you know that, sis? Today is the Sabbath. Frederick is absolutely right. And in the Sabbath, there are laws that you need to adhere to on the Sabbath.
Right.
If you love God, you love God? You love God, sis? So I would assume that they say they love God too. But they don't know this. Read.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But on the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
Read on.
And then thou shalt thou shalt not do any work.
So on the Sabbath day, we should not be doing any work. What's going on over here? That's work. So they don't know that. I'm not getting on them. But it's our job if we want to fix our communities, Nasir. And I know that might seem like a light thing to you. But remember, God does these things when we disobey his laws.
Right.
So if we come back to his laws, he will help us do what? Fix our community.
Right.
Okay? So you're right, Frederick. The 7th day, Saturday, is the Sabbath. And in it, we shouldn't do any work. Give me that in Nehemiah.
This is the
Go ahead.
This is the book of Nehemiah.
Listen up, my man. Right, listen up.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 10, verse 31. And if the people of thy land bring ware or any victual on the Sabbath day.
So ware or victuals is product to sell on the Sabbath day. If the people of the land bring product to sell on the Sabbath day, we should do what?
To sell, that we would not buy it of them.
So us as a people, as the children of the God, the creator of heaven and earth, that kills and makes alive, that got the power to do these atrocities to us, what should we be doing on the Sabbath day, Frederick? But according to this,
we shouldn't buy.
We shouldn't buy. So should we be over there buying?
No.
Should we be over there working?
No.
According to the Bible? No. Give me Exodus, what's that, 35?
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 3. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitation.
What is going on? Read on.
Upon the Sabbath day.
Upon the Sabbath day, you should kindle no fire to cook on the Sabbath day. What is going on over there? Are they not cooking? But they don't know. That's why it's our job to come back and correct our people. Give me that in Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Go ahead and read this real quick.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression.
So it is our job, if we want to fix our communities, Nasir, to come out and show our people their transgressions.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word, his word, his word, his word.